Hello, my name is Samuel Moxham, and welcome to devlog number 7 for Ascent. It has been a few months since my last devlog, and it's because I haven't been working on the game for the last few months. It's quite simple. Because I've been focusing on my commercial music degree, music production, whatever you call it. So here's a space station I constructed a while back. It's a perfectly functioning space station. There's no bugs, it'll work perfectly. And I'll just show you my profiler. Yeah. As we can see, we're getting, I'll take this off because it's quite intensive, 3% logic and 11% rasterizer, which is a 0.5 millisecond delay on logic, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Off. Yes, those three are still broken, and they will be broken because they're going to get deleted for the main game anyway. Okay, so what I've been working on the last few days is the small companies. So when you choose the difficulty of the game, it determines how many companies there are and generates the company, etc, etc, etc. And I've obviously chosen easy because there's a huge number here, and if you go hard, there'll be a small number of companies. So let's look at a company, Jigero. Jigero, unfortunately, is not doing too well. It is going quite downhill at the moment. And as we can see, this is the current time here. We're in cycle 5 of number 1, which I haven't named yet. And as you can see, we've got a red trend line here because it's doing bad, and an orange average line. That's the average value. Now, I know what you're thinking. If this is supposed to be for shares, this is a very small glimpse at the company. Like, this company might be worth billions before, like a few cycles back, but it's now worth very little. And this is a placeholder, so there will be a lot of more history data showing. This is only showing 12 cycles back. I want to get that to up to like 60 or 70 cycles back. But it works is the main point. As you can see, the company's making a bit of a recovery here, and the trend line is showing that. There we go. The way it's generated, wow, this company's doing very well. When the player doesn't have any interaction with the company or commodity or anything like that that has history, it follows the trend line with a small random deviance. So if this trend line's going up, the value is going to go up plus or minus a certain amount. So as you can see, this has gone down slightly here, but it's more or less going to go straight back up because the trend line's up as well. Unless I do something really drastic to make it suffer, it's going to stay going up. And same with this company here. This company took a bit of a dive, but it's successfully recovered quite well. Oh, okay. Let's see, let's find one that's going to go bankrupt. That's not, it's worth heaps. Here we go. Oh, no. When the value of a company goes low, it starts doing drastic things like this, just because the amount of difference is tiny. Like this is 9.4 to 41. So that's not drastic changes, it's small changes, but it's quite zoomed in on the graph. Man. I did a previous take and I found one that was going straight downhill like this, but went straight into bankruptcy. This might go into bankruptcy very soon. Sorry, I tapped the camera, microphone. So what happens is if a company's value goes below 0 or hits 0 or below, it goes bankrupt, and it'll be a big bankrupt thing here, and the player then has the choice to actually purchase the entire company for what it's worth, which will be based on where it is and its assets and so on. Also, the type of company has a big influence on its value. So science usually is worth quite a bit, or refining usually goes downhill quite quickly and new companies pop up that take their place. This one went bankrupt a while ago and it's still bankrupt. It's worth -9. Of course, I haven't programmed it in yet, but I'm telling you what happened. Let's look at the market data. So these are our commodities. Iron ore is doing very badly at the moment. It's actually worth 0.2. Thing is, it's not finished. None of this, programmed in has been finished yet. So it's very possible that you can actually get paid for buying stuff if it's worth negative. So oxygen is worth negative 0.3457, in which they actually give you money when you buy it. And of course, it's not all balanced out yet. Like, the values of it and such. So like gold has gone up, and uranium is worth quite a lot as well, and so is hydrogen, which is good. Oxygen, negative. And components and goods are too low, they need to be quite high, and even then they're going up quite a bit. And that's pretty much it. That's all that's been done over the last few days. Yeah, small fixes and just stuff that annoyed me. Like if you start a new game now, you can just push enter instead of having to go and click and all that sort of stuff. And just, you know, basic interaction things. Cool, so I'll see you next time for the next devlog. Hopefully you'll have a few more things in, and I will actually do it in a fortnight like I say I should, which I never end up doing. So hopefully I'll see you next fortnight for another devlog. See you later. Goodbye.